and stuff for almost 75 days now. Now we're live.
Should we just run it back?
We just run it back. Why not?
I don't know what was going on. Shout out to Corey Dahl for helping us out. Maybe we take this from the top. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey, the crapper was full. We had to take a break. I can't tell you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome back to another episode. This feels like the second one here now of the Friday Love and Learn, the Halloween version this go around. And so thanks for tuning in. We're sharing one thing we love from this week, one thing that we learned this week, and just having an opportunity really to collaborate with people across the state, our ESU colleagues, to pick up a few tips and takeaways, and also this particular Friday to have a little fun with our costumes. So your MC here, Captain Jack Sparrow, must have forgot to hit the broadcast button. So that's why we're doing this round two. Big shout outs to Otis, who is dressed up as
Crapper's full. Cousin Eddie here. That there is an RV. Maybe Corey was having a hard time, because nobody shows up to his sessions and gets Corey dolled, which that never gets old either. Sorry, Corey had to.
He's here. He's with us.
Corey, that never gets old, Corey. I'm sorry.
And Jody Bauer from ESU 11. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
And we're going to just run this back again. So let's just kind of talk about our loves for this week. Jody, what did you love about the week that was?
Okay, so I had the opportunity to spend some days in the classroom this week working with students. So yesterday and today both, actually, and today in particular, we had a lesson. I did a lesson with 8th graders, and today's lesson was digital citizenship on social media and how that can affect your digital footprint. So I love the opportunity of being in a classroom and just interacting with students and having those discussions. It's just one of my favorite parts of my job. So definitely a love for the week. I enjoy it each and every time.
As I said earlier, Jody kind of stole mine. I was out doing digital citizenship as well today, but also Monday having an entire PD with a staff at one of our schools. They just had a PD day just for themselves. And as I shared earlier, one of the ones that I really loved doing was off of Tim Elmore's Generation Z Unfiltered, kind of sharing some of those things, helping teachers with getting to kind of ideas on how to teach and lead students of this generation. And Andrew had me share the last time something that I kind of, from that, one thing is leading kids with experiences. Mm-hmm. They feel like they've mastered the virtual world, therefore they've mastered the real world, which they haven't. So some of those experiences could be meeting somebody important, and it doesn't have to be a celebrity or anything. It could be like a bank president or your state senator or something like that, but also going out and traveling, seeing some of those experiences because in different cultures, because you think you have it with the virtual world. Oh, I've traveled. Nah, not really, because you haven't really experienced that culture either.
Yeah, and that pivoted really nicely to my love for this week, which was kind of twofold. Truly had both of these parts were really rewarding. The first was that, in August, I think we had around 30 virtual field trip experiences on our Invis site. That has grown to about 103 right now. And so I'm just really excited that we're finding ways to access, the resources, the phenomenal institutions across Nebraska those are all from within our state, right? And so we're helping our Nebraska learners learn about all the things that are awesome about being in Nebraska. And I've learned a lot from that whole process as well. So that's been a lot of fun. Big shout outs both to Jody and Otis here, who are going to be Zoom jockeys for some of the breakout sessions that we're going to have as part of the virtual field trip content providers training that's going to go on November 10th. And so I'm expecting a pretty big turnout, honestly, as a number of our different organizations are providing virtual field trips for the very first time. So that'll be a really cool event. But the other thing, and I shared this kind of earlier already, but I'm really excited. I'll just do it again. I got a chance to go to ESU 11 on Monday and do some professional development, which was super fun. And so big thanks to Jody and to Kate Hatch for inviting me out. And I got a chance to work with math teachers for an entire day and to meet everybody at ESU 11. And from somebody that works in a 10 by 10 space, Zooms all day, that was super rewarding and just great to connect. So loved that day of my week. And so let's pivot now, I guess, and talk a little bit about something you learned over the course of this week. Jody, you want to start us off?
Sure, I will start us off. So today, Minden did a virtual field trip with Morrill Hall. So I had the privilege to get invited to help out with that. And so the virtual field trip was the Spooky Skeleton Science Chat today with fourth graders. And of course, they were talking about the skeletal system and different parts of the skeleton with different animals, mammals, dinosaurs, elephants, you name it. They had several examples of different bone structures and stuff. But the one thing I learned that I had no idea, probably could have researched it and found it, but it was just interesting to actually see it. But the smallest bone belongs to a masked shrew, which is just basically a small little mouse. It's got a very pointy nose, and the front paw of that masked shrew, can't say those two words together, as the bone. They actually had a picture of the bone itself lays over the top of a penny. So it's no bigger than the width of a penny. And so that's and that was a question one of the students had asked, which was really interesting because there was several other schools across the state that were a part of this virtual field trip. And they got to ask questions. And so that was a question the student had asked. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. So I learned a little bit about bones and what the smallest bone was and what animal it came from.
I love learning little like small, just new facts like that too. It's just kind of intriguing, and it's cool that it got modeled for you. It sounds like, and that might come up in a trivia competition someday too. So I'm going to throw that one away as well.
There you go.
Well, I want to wait for the next time you're on Jeopardy or something.
Masked shrew.
You got to say it right though.
The smallest bone in the world. Ding. What is the masked shrew?
Otis, what new wisdom or knowledge did you pick up this week?
This week is more of a personal one for me. My wife and I have been doing some stuff for about 75 days now, and Monday and Tuesday was almost cool enough that my wife didn't want me to do it, but I've been getting
like wellness stuff. You're saying?
What's that?
Like wellness stuff, right?
Like wellness stuff. Yeah. And for about the past 75 days, during the weeks, I've been getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning and going out for a walk or a run for about a half hour. And I didn't on Monday and Tuesday, and kind of felt off all day. You know, when you've done that, 60 plus days and getting up at 5 in the morning, you kind of miss that routine getting going. But the last 3 days I've been able to do that, get out, and it's been nice, fairly nice in the mornings. It's cool, but you bundle up and you're good. And it's just time to get out and hopefully turn my brain off. But when your brain is full, like the crapper's full, you challenged me. I had to do it.
3 times.
When you can't shut your brain off, just getting out and doing that and listening to some music that you like and just trying to shut your brain off as you're going and walking. Especially the last couple of mornings where it's been a full moon. It's just been gorgeous. This morning was really bright white. Yesterday morning was almost a yellowish, almost harvest moonish. I don't know if there was some smoke still around or something, but just those mornings with the full moon are just gorgeous and no clouds where you can see the stars and everything too. It's peaceful, and it's real nice to be able to do that. Hopefully it continues on after this and stays warm enough that I can do that.
Good for you.
So we'll learn about yourself there. So that's a good thing. Yeah. And probably overlap with love. That's something because I ask my own kids at the end of every day, or at least try to, for a love and a learn. It's interesting sometimes how the two of those become the same moment in some regards. But, I'll play off of that and say that my learn this week, I think came from when, so we're getting ready for a lunch bunch. It's going to come up on self-care and mental wellness. And so got a chance to visit with Teresa Rita Olson and with Otis and Julie Downing, who are going to lead that lunch bunch that's coming up. And in the midst of our conversation, we started to restructure that segment from our traditional kind of 3-part into something that's to be a little bit more of discussion and examples and us sort of all collaborating together throughout the session. And we got into, wellness really does kind of break down into categories, and there's physical wellness and there's emotional wellness and spiritual wellness. And when we started to walk down that road, Teresa's like, oh yeah, here are the, 6 or 7 different ones that you can consider. And just bringing language around that and specificity maybe is another thing I would say. It really just stretched my thinking about how many ways in which we can seek and strive to be intentional about our own wellness in all that entails. And so that was a really cool learn for me over the course of this week. And I'm excited for that session to come up so we can share that conversation with everybody in just about 10 days time here, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that being said, any final thoughts on a Friday?
The crapper's empty now.
Did you get your crapper emptied?
Yeah, it's emptied. It's emptied out. It's about to blow. The gases will come up if somebody lights a stogie too close to it. So,
well, so whether you're working on the RV this weekend or trick or treating, take a little time for yourself.
Yours.
Yep. And thanks for joining us on this Friday's Love and Learn. And we hope to see you every Friday as a way to kind of end the week and check in with our friends across the state. So thanks.